Welcome to Eve Singularity. I'm Major Freak. Looking at mining again, as is my wont. Okay, so I was thinking I use the endurance for ice mining and the prospect for ore mining, and without looking at the stats or the ships or reminding myself anything about mining. And I was like, why don't I have the same specialization for the other ships, the barges, right? And then I went into Singularity and started looking at the traits and reminding myself of what I probably forgot. I'm pretty sure the Prospect is a better mining ship for ore than the Endurance. I don't remember why. The stats look like this is good for both. It's got one mining laser but 300 bonus, and then 100 for compared to 2 mining lasers and 100% bonus. I think this is better for ore. I suck at math. I've got the endurance, and we'll simulate this one, bring up its fit. What the hell? Right. Alright, ice mining laser 2, we're going to ignore waste for now, because yeah, we're just gonna stick with tech level 1 for now. I haven't got into the crystals yet, haven't made that video. Ice mining laser 1. Wait, what? Oh right, ice mining laser. Got it. Give me 1 sec. Venture. What the hell? There it is. Simulate fit. That's better. Alright, so we're going to use the scoped for all the stats here. Okay, where the hell did the prospect go? Oh, for F's sakes. Whatever, get to it. Okay, so 1 and there we go. It's close enough for me, right? Alright, so you have 8.4 cubic meters per second. And this is the endurance, and let's bring up the prospect. Oh, bloody hell. Sorry, just kind of not awake yet. Can I go back? No, okay. Simulate ship for prospect, and we have, so that was 8.4 for the endurance, and this will be, pretty sure I can't get 4 of them in there. Okay, I can. Cool. I kind of suck with other things, but 5.7 times 2. So that's, well, okay. Let's have myself some CPU there. So you're going to do 5.3, so 10.6. 10.6, and yeah, it doesn't look like that fourth did anything really. So. Right. Okay, that's what I remember. Okay, so as I was saying, let's get back to this is my second take at this. I had a moment's doubt that I was talking out my ass, but I wasn't. All right, so Okay, I normally do, but not as bad as Jingles. Okay, so, well, probably as bad. All right, so what we have here is a good ice mining ship here and a good ore mining ship here. Now, for whatever reason, I've always thought it was a bad idea was to give the covert ops to the prospect and a normal cloak, a non-covert ops to the endurance, which means I've tried my utmost to take advantage as a miner the prospect's covert ops ability to blops and all that stuff. It was, I couldn't find a use for it. I literally could not find a use for it. Now, I'm not sure whether they're going to make the Roracle blopsable for its own blopsy thing, and industrial blopsy. I think I read it in that blog they had about mining or elsewhere. But you know, CCP, they used to talk about in Eon magazine this, or I'm sure in FanFest, this amazing rings of the gas giants mining, and it'd be just awesome, just the massive, and you're like, wow. But yeah, that never came to fruition, and a lot of things they've promised have never come to fruition. But I won't talk about what ifs. I'm just talking about my impressions of what is. And what is this is a great ice mining vessel, better than this one. And this prospect is a better ore miner than the endurance. Okay? And these two are like 1% better at ice mining the Hulk. Let's see, is it? Nope. Look, roll bonus, see? And less. So it's really good at doing everything, right? Okay, so you got great strip miner duration, 50%, 10%, and no roll bonus. We've got 2% for ore, 3% for ore, and 3% for ore, but the roll bonus, right? And I've gone into the numbers in my prior video last week. Now, what I don't get is the fact that in Eve we have zillions of combat ships, right? And we've got 6 mining vessels, Tech 1 and Tech 2, right? So why haven't they introduced, like now that they have specialized holds, that's got, I think this whole thinking process of mine so far in this video has been inspired by, I'm not sure if that's the right word, I'm sure it is, by the specialized war holds that they're giving. They gave everything. I don't think they have it now. I think the cooler heads prevailed, and they were like, wait, this is completely silly. Yeah, the mining hold, right? So it makes sense that way. I'm sure somebody explained it to them, or I'm sure once they followed through with the code and looked at it themselves, they were like, which I doubt the latter, they were like, this doesn't make sense. The only thing that this would ever help would be the cryos and the hoarder and something else. I'm not even going to talk about the primate. That's a joke and a half. So what we have here is the possibility of creating variations on these ships to, if you want to go gas mining, you should get the SQUIRREL I don't know, I'm just making up a word. If you wanted to go ice mining in the Mackinac, you could go in its variant, the McKendrick? I don't know. You know, that kind of stuff. And maybe, like, this could have a variant that was completely specialized in ore. This would have a variant that was completely specialized in ice mining. And this could be completely have a variant that's the scurf, completely specialized in gas mining. And that way you could eliminate a lot of the wishy-washy bonuses here. And you know, this is or it's got the same bonuses and stuff, but you could just tone it down with this kind of thing. And this could be, everything could mine ore in this section. Whoopsie. You know, everything mine ore, but this would have a bonus for gas, this was a bonus for ice, this was a bonus for, an extra bonus for ore. And I guess you wouldn't need a variant of the Hulk, because, you know, ore is ore, right? So this would be ore, specialized, and you'd have this. This would be a slightly toned down ore miner. It'd be this. It would be a toned down ore miner in the sense that it would have less ice and gas harvester, and this as well. It would have less ice and gas, and you just tone those down, right? And then you'd have variants for this and this. That would, you know, the McKendrick would be a dedicated Mackinac hull-based ice miner, and this would, the scurf would be a specialized gas mining vessel. So you can introduce 2 new ships. You wouldn't have to go freaking overboard. You can introduce 2 new ships based on the hulls of the skiff and the Mac. That would make sense and be incredibly intriguing. I mean, you could literally change the Mac and the skiff to what I just said, and you know, the Tech 1 versions would be just ore, right? These would just be basic stuff. They wouldn't be specialized in, like the Tech 1 versions could be like the really toned down version of their Tech 2 variants, right? And you could get rid of, well, you probably wouldn't want to, but you could definitely tone it down. But yeah, this would just be your Tech 1 version, and then the Tech 2 version would be, I don't know. It would be nice if this was specialized but had a little bit of ore mining potential for all of them. And like this, you know, across the board ability. Sometimes you just wouldn't. I mean, does this have ice mining bonus? No, it doesn't. So you've got the potential to go, it's not going to have a bonus to that. If you want to use it, go for it, but it's going to be less, way less than what you could get out of the using the Hulk, right? Now, of course, the Care Bears are going to whine, I want no risk and maximum reward, and the Griefers are going to go, you know, but the Griefers also want 0 risk and maximum reward too. Just, yeah. But this is, of course, the polarized expressions of our 2 pseudo-personalities in Eve. So, I don't know, I think I just wanted to get that thought across. It was just a random thought. I was like, you know, these are the ships. I'm not going a what if. I'm not expecting CCP to even dream of this stuff. But, you know, it's just between me and my very small audience. It's like, it's just a random thought from a very experienced miner. It just something bugs me about the fact that they've since fixed this is now, there is no, they've reverted that change, but it just got me. I think the irritation of that and the removal of irritation still had a residual effect of making me look at the endurance and prospects roles and the irritation of them being specialized. And I don't like, I literally have never liked, like I think I said at the beginning, or it could have been my take one rant, this is take two, that they should have never given it the covert ops cloaking device, and both have no penalty to ship max velocity. It's just, why would you give a Sino BITCH to griefers? Like, what are you doing? I'm not going to use it. I tried to use it. It just didn't, I just can't use a blopsing. It'd be great to go blopsing everywhere and mining stuff, but it just, there's no, you know, like I tried to look for the Jaspit low-sec stuff. It's just, well, before they added the low-sec Jaspit anomalies, could I go around with a blopsing battleship and do that? No, it's just literally not worth it. The fact that they're adding in industrial blopsing, maybe, they talked about it, rumored it, to the Oracle. It would be nice if they gave it to the Orca too. I mean, it's not like the Blops is a capital ship, right? So, you know, just, but whatever. It just coulda, woulda, shoulda. It just got me thinking. And yeah, this is a ridiculous thing to have on it, and the fact they don't have nullification modules able to fit to the expedition frigate means my interest, which has always been negative, into sneaking into nullsec to mine and sneak out. I mean, you know, what use is that for me, you know? And the fact that it's got a covert ops means that it would probably be the only covert ops that has a nullification device, right? Is there another? I don't think so. I think I'm on the level here when I'm saying that, right? It's really helpful to have my ship identification skills up. When I was 2008, 2012, I had no idea about, you know, the different. I'd look at these and I would have no idea. What's this? No idea if this is a battle cruiser or a battleship or a interceptor or. Nope. Well, there you go. Of course, the Vider. Duh. Of course. So you have the Vider can fit a nullifier, and so what the hell is the problem? I have no idea why they didn't allow it to the expedition frigates. It's just blowing my mind. Yeah, that's just, yeah. When they prevent something from being coded, you think, oh, there's probably a really good reason, and then you're like, but wait, another ship could easily fill that role. Why, you know? I mean, you don't have griefers use blockade runners to point things. They use prospects. Just from what I've experienced. Wait, what? I can fit it to an industrial? But I can't fit it to an expedition frigate or a venture? What? Okay, this is making less and less sense the more, but I've never used it, so I don't really look into it very much, but that's really, what? Yeah, this is me looking at stuff that just seems completely wonky. It's like they have given, it's like CCP, you know, there's the rumor is that an old dev, used to greet new hires with, "Here's a Rubik's Cube. Welcome to Eve. Here's a Rubik's Cube. Go F yourself." That was apparently an official, semi-official greeting. So, yeah, they gave us these ships and deliberately broke our kneecaps. It's like, why do you have so much hate for mining barges? I mean, why? I know the running joke is that the general chat for Eve is mining. There is no general chat. And I've said it many times before. CCP actively comes across as hating on Care Bears, like actively. And they encourage it. With the HTFU video back in, Jesus, when that did, I think it's, I keep having to remind myself, like, when did it come out? CCP. Right. I think it was 2008. I'm not sure, but 2009. Anyways, 2009. So we've known for a very long time what their attitude is. And I think it masks the fact that if they take that tact, they don't have to do community service very much. You got to think, if they had a general chat, and I've said this before, it would give them the obligation. It would just naturally oblige them. The very thought of that, to actually actively moderate that, and yeah, I'm sure everybody would go there, but the fact is that the people in mining chat they're relentless, and you will realize very quickly, well, in life, that bullies are relentless. They are day in, day out relentless. They will never give up. They'll always lie. They'll always have a new lie. Well, just duh. Look at the politics of late, right? So, yeah, both sides, just utter garbage. Anyway, so that's where I'm at. I would like some, like, they introduced these two ships, and they had these two, oh, cool, this is good for ore, and this is good for ice, and you're like, wait, what, wait a minute, what, why don't the barges and exhumers have this kind of thing? Why is this a half-thought, dropped in an instant effort to do some role specializations, I mean, they got way too carried away with it when they thought, like, a month ago, when they thought, well, we'll just make the prospect the cloaky person, and then, the endurance can just fit a cloak if it wants, that got carried away, and it's good they toned it down, but it's like, there is it's pretty funny, I mentioned him earlier, but the Mighty Jingles had a recent, I think it was one of his Mingles with Jingles episodes, he was talking about, or no, it was basically, no, it was a World of Tanks video he made recently, and he said, I'm not sure if he said it before, but he said, there's a middle ground here. You're either going to snipe from the back, across the map, in your heavily armored tank, I think it was the Centurion, tier 5 battle, and mid-tier, sorry. And he was like, and he just suicided right in. It's either you'll snipe from back, like totally not risk your ship, or you'll suicide. There's a middle ground here. Use some sense. And that's what I'm not asking them. I'm just showing you the ships. It's like, this does not make sense. I mean, this is a good ore miner ship. This is a good ice mining ship. Why don't you make a new ship for the endurance? or just make the venture, like make the Tech 1 venture a good gas. I think they nerfed the gas mining of it, or they rethought it, I forget. But you could literally make a Tech 2 venture. Like, these are the Tech 2 versions of this, right? So this is a gas. Well, you gotta think, right? Let's go here. Let's go here. I mean, let's just look at it objectively. You have 3 types, 6, and they're all like lined up. And I mentioned about that'd be great if this was a gas harvester, this was an ice harvester, and this was an ore harvester. Specialized, right? For Tech 2, right? Why couldn't, and you know, of course, it could do the other stuff, but it's not going to get that massive bonus that the other things do for the specialization, right? And honestly, the endurance and the prospect, it's 8.4 versus 10 point. It's not a huge amount. I mean, what, 20%? I'm guessing. Let's see if I've got my math right. I suck at math. All right. What, 10.5 and 8.5 ish, you know? Yeah, 23, 25%. So it doesn't have to be like 100% more, you know, just 25% more. That's good. I mean, 25% better at ice mining, 25% better than at gas mining, and 25% better at ore mining. And then you could have, this is your ore mining ship, and this is your ice mining ship, and this is your gas mining ship. And, you know, I mean, just going in line, it literally makes sense to, as a Care Bear in low sec mining since 2000, in space, it just makes sense. You know, I mean, this is an old belter going, this does not make sense. Why have they stultified? Is that even a word? Stultification? Yeah, the why it's stultifying. Just looking at this, it's just, it doesn't make sense, and it's been bugging me for a very long time. Actually, there's something nagging at me in the back of my mind about when they introduced these expedition frigates. It just seemed wrong that one would have a covert ops cloak. It just so wrong, all things wrong. It just smelled, I'll never use this, it's not critical to me, it's going to benefit griefers more. What you're like, you know, like literally, I mean, am I talking at my ass here? You know, just randomly pick something. As you see, they're pretty much half of the ships flown just on a random Z kill board. Look, they're being used for PvP. It's a freaking mining ship. You know, you don't see this being used for PvP a lot, right? So why? Why? Just why? It makes no sense. It can, and this can fit a industrial Sino. It just, why? You know? It just, yeah, it makes zero sense to, yeah, whatever. I'm not going to go there specifically. I'm just going to go, look, it makes zero sense. It should get rid of its ability to fit either of these. What are you going to do? You're going to give the Orca ability to fit a covert ops cloak? It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. You know, what's it going to do? You know, there's nothing in this game that makes sense for a covert ops prospect. It just, in an industrial sense, it just does not. And it's always bugged me, because it's just totally abused by the PvPers. Always like, oh, you know, what do they say about it? Content creators, emergent gameplay. It used to be this catchword a while back, and it's like, no, it's not. You're encouraging a-holes to be a-holes. It's just, why? It's a mining ship, for Christ's sake. Give us some goddamn love, you know? Yeah. I'm sure CCP people are like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I just wanted to get it out there as random, inspirational thought. It's been bugging me for a very long time, and it didn't like bubble to the surface till now. So I was like, I think I'll share my brain farts with you guys. I know, right? You're so welcome.